Got it. There we go. Sorry. My apologies, Facebook. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition, game day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProChargeEV, ProChargeEV.com. So, happy game day. Hope everyone's having an awesome start to your weekend. Good to be back home. I had a great time at Guns N' Roses on Thursday night, but yesterday was a long day. And I did Morning Scone on YouTube yesterday, driving home for part of my drive home yesterday morning. And I couldn't get the screen to orient horizontal as we normally do. Apparently there's a new setting where they want you to do a vertical screen, but for live videos, so I had to change the settings. And anyway, so got it now. Guns N' Roses was awesome. For those that I missed yesterday, Guns N' Roses was awesome. But I left Baton Rouge on Thursday morning, drove to Houston, went to the show. Phenomenal. Wound up going to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning. Woke up at 5:30 because I always wake up at 5:30. Couldn't fall back asleep. And so I just got up and drove home. So I was riding on about 4.5 hours sleep, which is not good for me. Like, I'm a guy who needs to, normally I go to bed around 10:30, 11-ish. So I sleep 6.5, 7 hours a night. So 4.5 is not good for me. So drove home, went straight to Guarantee, had to record the Phil Steele interview yesterday at noon, so I had to be back at Guarantee for noon. Did that interview, powered through the show, but very little sleep, and I hadn't eaten either. I don't know that any of you actually care about this, but so when I got to Houston, my buddy and I, we ate so Alice in Chains opened at 6. So we were sitting at the lobby bar, just having a few beers, and we ordered food. So I ate some quesadillas at 4:30, thinking, oh, well, later in the show I'll get something in the stadium. Well, we were on the floor and there were no food vendors on the floor. And the few times I went back up into the concourse to try to go get food, the lines were so long, I'm like, whatever, I'll get something after the show. Well, then nothing is open in downtown Houston after hours. It's crazy. Anyway, so fast forward. I didn't eat anything. I ate at 4:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. Didn't eat anything the rest of the night. Drank some whiskey, a lot of whiskey. Woke up on Friday. They have like a little coffee shop in the hotel, so I got like a little sausage biscuit from the, from the little coffee shop. And I didn't eat lunch yesterday, and so I got home last night. I was tired. I was starving. I was a little hungover. Ate some food last night, went to bed early, and slept for like 10 hours. So anyway, I feel much better today. I don't know that any of you actually care about that, but it's game day. I'm fired up for it. I'm feeling good. We got whiskey and wine tonight after LSU Ole Miss. Hopefully we see a lot of you at Don Juan. I'm liking, Grace Vest. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. After all the nice things I said about you as well on air. So Grace Vest is the marketing director for Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, and she's awesome, by the way. Does when you see all the really creative, fun NIL videos they did, like for Arkansas Week, it was Will Campbell holding the little baby pigs. Yesterday there was a really cool one with Gabe Leonard's, and he's pulling crawfish traps, and they're like, oh, this is our version of the land shark. Anyway, that's Grace. But Grace, unfortunately, Grace is an Ole Miss alum, but likes the Tigers as well. So today and today only, Grace, will I allow a hottie toddy on my stream. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. Okay, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. I'll give you my pick right now. I went through it yesterday. It was interesting because when we did our guest picker segment, we had Mincy on with us, and he... of course, he's going to pick Ole Miss. He was the guest picker, but he said that he thought it was a stinky line, LSU 2.5. I think the odds makers actually got it right. I don't think it's a stinky line. I think they kind of nailed it. I just don't trust LSU's defense. I mean, LSU was a big favorite last week at home against Arkansas, and you saw the problem. Like, they can't stop people. So I do think that neutral field or in Tiger Stadium, LSU would be closer to a touchdown favorite, but on the road in Oxford, a place where LSU got walloped 2 years ago. Yeah. I mean, I think I like LSU in a close, high-scoring game. I picked it 38-34. So I think the thing that the odds makers missed is the total. I think the total is. Hang on, let me check. Let's see. Odds makers have the total at, I think it was like 68 or something. I'm looking for it, guys. Hang on one second. Here it is. Let's see. Odds makers have the total at 67.5. So I picked it 38-34. That puts it at 72. So I actually like the over in this game. I'm not. Y'all know I don't bet at LSU games. I don't trust myself to be, as much as I try to be completely impartial, objective, I don't know that I succeed all the time. I do like LSU, but I think it is a high-scoring game, one of those like last week, whoever has the ball last sort of thing. So I think LSU's defensive front seven is likely the difference in the game. Ole Miss really has struggled to run the ball through a month already. Despite the fact that they've got a veteran offensive line made up of a lot of transfers with a lot of experience. They just haven't been able to get Quinshon Judkins going. So I know LSU's problems is secondary, but if you're able to pressure Jackson Dart and make them one-dimensional, that's kind of what Will Rogers and Mississippi State was. So I do like LSU in the ballgame, but I do think it's a high-scoring game. All right, let's say some good mornings. Y'all see what y'all got. Fire away. Jason Horn, good morning. Bubba Smith, Kelly Gross, Jeff McKithen, good morning. Grace said, thanks, the only game I can't turn. I understand. Jonathan Satoon, what do you think Ole Miss have in the 2003 SEC West Championship reunion at halftime for the game? For those that don't know, and if you actually look at the thumbnail for today on YouTube, it's a picture of Devery Henderson scoring in that game in 2003. So in 2003, of course, LSU won the national championship, and they won a game in Oxford, which was a fantastic football game. I was there. Ole Miss had a defensive, like a pick six on the first play of the game. LSU was pinned deep after the kickoff, and Matt Mock threw a ball right into a linebacker's chest, or linebacker defense, whatever, and we returned it like 10 yards for a touchdown. Just like that, LSU was down. Jonathan Nichols, who was a great kicker, just misfired a couple times that day. LSU hit Devery on a deep ball. Anyway, LSU was better, but it was a great game. And Ole Miss had a fourth down play at the end of the game to go for it. Eli Manning got like his center stepped on his foot and he fell down. Anyway, so LSU won the national championship, but both LSU and Ole Miss were 7-1 in the conference that year. So they were tied for the West, but LSU had the tiebreaker because they won in Oxford. Well, Ole Miss has had this SEC West 2003 SEC West champions or SEC West co-champions, whatever, sign at Vaught Hemingway, which is it is embarrassing. Like, and it's not just an LSU fan saying it. I think there's probably a lot of Ole Miss fans who are embarrassed by that as well. I'm not saying don't acknowledge your accomplishments, but that's embarrassing. Like, LSU not only beat you, won the SEC, won the national championship, and you're claiming a co-championship. Here's what I'll tell you. Here's the best comp I can give you for that. And there is another side to the story. Well, the other side of the story is that was a really great Ole Miss team. So I don't have a problem with them honoring a great team. It's like LSU should honor the 2011 team, like they did a few years ago in 2021. They had a 10-year reunion for that team, which was an amazing team. Won the SEC and played for the national championship. We all know how it ended, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't honor great teams. So and that's a great team in Ole Miss history. So I don't have a problem with them honoring a great team. The co-champions banner is silly. So here's a comp that might make sense. No, and someone just said real quick. Hang on. Someone just said it's like Ole Miss. Perkins for Heisman said it's like UCF claiming a natty. Not exactly. Because by the standings, like Ole Miss tied with LSU for the West, but LSU broke the tie because they beat Ole Miss. UCF didn't win anything. Like, they just made it. They just fabricated it. They just made up that they were a national champion because they wanted to feel like, oh, we're just going to be national champs. It's like, that's not exactly how that works. You don't just get to, like, make up a championship. Anyway, but so good team. I don't mind them honoring. But LSU, here's the comp. So LSU, and I need to look for it next time I'm in there. But for a long time, LSU, so in 1996 and 1997, LSU actually tied for the SEC West before LSU ever went to Atlanta. In 96, they tied, but they lost at home to Alabama. It was the Sean Alexander game, so Bama went to the SEC Championship game. In 1997, LSU tied for the West with Auburn. It was the Cecil Collins game, but Auburn won, and so Auburn had the head-to-head tiebreaker, and Auburn went to the SEC Championship game. But LSU, in their indoor practice facility for many, many years, did have SEC West either champions or co-champion banners in the indoor for a long time. Well, of course, now LSU has a lot of SEC championship banners and national championship banners and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think the co-champion or the West champion banners have stood the test of time. But for a long time, LSU did have SEC West, I can't remember if it was champion or co-champion banners at the indoor facility. Now, it wasn't in Tiger Stadium, but they did have banners in the indoor facility for SEC West champions in years they did not go to Atlanta. Just an FYI. Okay, Trivia Carter, what up? Dane Bergeron, good morning. Hunter Picard, Russell Doloff, Joshua Rector, what's going on? Baby Bobby, good morning. Okay, said it was fine on the stream yesterday. It was just a vertical stream, and I normally do it horizontal on YouTube. Solar Flares, Josh B, Jaden will have a Heisman moment tonight. Usually, that the Heisman moment comes in, usually it comes in a big game. I don't know that this is the one. Like, I would think, like for, Drew's in there listening to ringtones on an old phone, and it is so loud. Hang on, that's just really loud. Sorry. Can't even freaking think. I shouldn't be distracted by that, but I am. Anyway, what was I saying? Right back to it. Heisman. Usually the Heisman moment comes in a big game, so I would think like Bama or sometime later in the season, if it gets that. Just gotta win, man. Just gotta keep winning. Brian Penn, good morning. From Miami. It's odd the Rebels are honoring 2003 Co-West champs. He didn't chip over a shoestring. His offensive lineman stepped on him. Devin Johnson, good morning. So again, like, I don't mind Ole Miss honoring a great team in their history. And 03 was a great team in their history. I don't mind it. The thing that is bizarre is the SEC West champion thing. Oh, wait, I want to see the picture. Do they have? So I'm trying to remember. Is the picture? In the stadium, is it? Does it say champions or co-champions? It says champions. Okay, that's why. That's why it's That's so weak. I'm looking at the picture there at Vaught, SEC West champions 03. It doesn't even say co-champions. It's like, that's just not a good look at all. Not only is it not a good look, it's disingenuous. Like, if I were an Ole Miss fan, I'd kind of be embarrassed by that. Like, and I'm telling you, 2003 Ole Miss was a great football team, and they should honor that football team. And I'm saying in the same way that 2011 LSU should be honored. It didn't end how we all wanted it to end, but they accomplished a tremendous amount. That was LSU's first undefeated team in the regular season since 1958. So it was a massive deal to finish 12-0. They won the SEC, which should never be considered like a consolation. Tyron was a Heisman finalist. You played for the national championship. Like, it was a great team in a season that should be honored. And so it's different context because Ole Miss hasn't had that degree of success over the years, but still, it's here we go. LSU Ole Miss game day. So LSU Ole Miss. Let's see what they have to say. Here we go. Oh wow. That's the last time they played as ranked opponents was 03. I didn't even realize that. Really? The last time they were both ranked was 03? Wow. On the other side, Ole Miss is coming off its worst offensive outing of the Lane Kiffin era. Wow. 10 points by Alabama. Yep. Just this time a week ago, they can't run the ball. Win these 2 games, they're in control of the SEC West, put the thing in a hammerlock. Now they have to get up off the mat, or their dreams are over. True. Alabama's going to win this for 24. All right. Jackson Dart. It is interesting to me, y'all, that Ole Miss, I didn't realize that Ole Miss fans, like the collective Ole Miss, thought that this team had like a legit SEC West shot. That people were thinking like that was an expectation for this team. I guess maybe because the West feels wide open, and you can see it is wide open. Maybe that's what, but that's surprising. I mean, I would have said A&M, if it was outside of LSU, Bama, that A&M would have been the other team that could have maybe made a run this year. I wouldn't have thought Ole Miss. Anyway, all right. Ransom Antoine, good morning. Bringing my mom to her first Saints game tomorrow. That's awesome, man. Y'all enjoy. They're going to get a win tomorrow, too. The Saints are going to win. Tampa, short week, on the road. Y'all know how I feel about those spots. So, I like the Saints tomorrow for sure. Brian's in Miami, Oklahoma. Joey B, 19, Matt, ask E-Rock if it is Travis and Taylor or Taylor Travis. I'll ask her when she wakes up. But hang on there. Wait, let's see what they say. Watching game day. They're talking about LSU Ole Miss. Those are the money downs there. So if Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin can get back onto what they're used to doing, good offense, we get a nice shootout in this particular game. Yeah, it's going to be a shootout. Maybe Lane Kiffin's back in the conversation in SEC. I'm still a little bit in my emotions because of what happened last week. Ole Miss is my super dog. And when they scored 10 points, Perkins for Heisman, morning, Matt. Going to be at the game today. Not going to lie, a little nervous about this game. Also to see Ole Miss, honoring the SEC 03. You should be nervous about today. Look, today is one of those games where you're. I think that they will beat Ole Miss. Ole Miss going to play better than they did last week, but I feel like LSU. Yeah, that SEC West right now is just wide open, right? And you feel LSU from that Florida State loss getting better and better, and they got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. 20 of the last 24 possessions are touchdowns. How about that? You heard that? LSU 20 of the last 24 touchdowns or possessions are touchdowns. They are vulnerable on the back end. They're dominant up front. Still trying to find Harold Perkins' home. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little surprised, but Herbie's right. LSU is a team that after the Florida State loss is just improving. It's like what they did last year, get better and better. But remember what happened last year is they were improving, getting better and better, and then they ran into Tennessee and was like, all right, is LSU ready to take that step forward back in the national lead? And then they got punked by Tennessee. And then the rest of the season was sort of that slow build again. Stanford Steve's got LSU laying the 2.5. Okay. Let's see. John Malone. Good morning, y'all. By the way, thanks to everybody who's watching. Might have just jumped aboard. Excuse me. Please take a quick second, smash that like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel. And I've got, just as a reminder, I've been doing this the past couple weeks. Y'all have been very, very, maybe just the last week. Y'all have been very, very gracious, and I'm so thankful. The pinned link that I have, normally I pin the Hudco website. It's the Hudco Google review link. I don't know if I need to keep explaining it, but essentially, Google a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, split our reviews. So whereas both, Hudco was always under one review. Well, Google, I don't know why they did this, but they split our reviews. So it's Bossier and Baton Rouge now, and the existing reviews all went to the Bossier office, which is fantastic. But it's just the Baton Rouge office now had like 0 Google reviews. We went from like a really good to 0, which crushes you on SEO. So a lot of you have taken a quick second. I'm very, very grateful. So thank you. Like you literally just click that link, hit reviews, 5-star, submit, and like I very much appreciate it for everybody who's done that. And if you haven't, would take a quick second, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Brad, David, what time did you get to Baton Rouge yesterday? Thought you needed 6 hours to show prep. Yeah, I know. Well, remember, that's what I normally do, but some days are different, right? Where like yesterday I knew I had Terrio in, and so like his letter is a segment, Kick Rocks is a segment. We have 2 Ask Ryan segments. We have our guest picker segment. So Fridays are easier in that respect. We've got 2 Phil Steele segments. Musso does Tigers in the Press. That's like 2/3 of the show done. Fridays are the easiest days because all of the heavy lifting for Friday Friday is just it's just a compilation of everything you've done and talked about throughout the entire week. And it's really just an energy show. Oh, we got the tailgate segment. So really it was like 9 segments are already done, on Friday by the time I show up. So Fridays during football season are much easier. So Elijah Steele, first morning show I've watched live. Welcome, Elijah. Good to have you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Nico Hernandez, good morning. In Memphis, headed to Oxford in a few. Okay. Dalton Barnett, good morning. What's the method for lighting cigars with a match? Cigar and Don Juan ate me up just trying to get lit last weekend. It's hard with a match. My suggestion, Dalton, is borrow a lighter. And if you come to Don Juan today, come tap me on the shoulder and ask me for my lighter. I'll let you. I have a torch lighter, so that's the easiest way to do it. You just push the button and it's a torch. So that's the best way to do it. A match is hard. A match because you have to keep it lit for a long time, which is hard with a match. Usually the bartenders have lighters as well. So just ask someone if they have a lighter. Austin Kidder, good morning. I tried doing a review for Hudco. It said I've already done one, so let me do it again. All good. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Austin, very much. Howard Jr., Damon Gilmore, Deborah Cower, Jeremy Lane, Ole Miss by 1. I could see it, Jeremy. Like it would not surprise me if LSU loses this ball game. Like I'm picking LSU, but I think it's a game very similar to last week. And I mean, look at what happened last week where they scored, you get the ball back with 5 minutes to go. If they get a stop, they get the ball with a chance to go win it. But LSU was able to eat up 5 minutes of clock and score and win the game. So I really think that's the benefit that LSU has in this game, or the advantage LSU has in this game. I think look at Jimbo on the field. Dope. I think I'm watching that you had one job. The Gatorade bottle got stuck in Cade Club face mask. What about the Oregon duck whose head came off? That's so good. Anyway, let's see. John Bro, good morning. David and Dermat, what do you think should be the punishment for the LT player who kicked a player in the head? I didn't see that video. I guess that's Louisiana Tech, right? Let me see. Send me a link. I don't think I've seen it. Send me a link. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Jared Espry, good morning. Oops. Let's see. I don't know if it's been said, but judging from the past, Ole Miss has a history of losing back-to-back games under Lane Kiffin. Do they? That's interesting. I'll also tell you that one difficult thing is winning back-to-back road conference games. It's not often that you have back-to-back road conference games on the schedule. But it's also something that has rarely been done where you win back to. So this is a tough spot for LSU this week and next. On the road against Ole Miss, and then next week, 11 a.m., sleepy game on the road against Missouri in Columbia. I'm told, by the way, that game, LSU did not sell its allotment for the Missouri game. I'm not looking too far ahead, but Missouri people are pumped about that. Like, they're ranked now. They're super pumped about LSU coming up there next week. So don't get caught sleeping on that 11 a.m. game next week up in Como. But got to go take care of this one first. Joey Metge, good morning. Droid 43. LSU lost to East team, doesn't make sense. 0-3. Well, that's why LSU won the tiebreaker. Ryan Pike, which game are we watching at 11? I got a bunch today. I got a bunch of bets. I think I maybe already made like 10 wagers for today, and a lot of them are in that 11 a.m. slot. By the way, 2-0 last night. If y'all were listening to Phil Steele on AFR yesterday, gave you NC State. They were getting 3.5. He liked NC State to win it. They almost did, but he had NC State +3. +3 and a hook. So NC State won, and then Phil, great pick, man. Phil Steele told you yesterday, Oregon State 14-1 against the spread in their last 15 home games. Make that 15-1 in their last 16. Oregon State beat Utah 21-7. So 2-0 night last night for Phil Steele. And let's see what the 11 a.m. windows. Phil gave USC Colorado. He picked USC to cover the 21.5. It's up to 22. I'm not going to touch that one. Colorado's at home. I think they have a bounce back, and USC's defense isn't good. I mean, I think USC's going to win the game, but I think Colorado can score. I'm just not going to play that one. Florida, Kentucky. I like Florida. I have a play on Florida to win the game, and then A&M, Arkansas. I have A&M. I laid the 6 with A&M. For Arkansas, this is the part of their schedule where I think they're teetering. They lose a disappointing home game against BYU, then have to go on the road to play LSU, and now they lose another disappointing road. Like, what else do you have in the tank? Now they have to go play A&M in Jerry World. So, and then by the way, next week they're at Ole Miss, then they're at Bama. So this is the stretch we talked about for Arkansas back at Media Days, where they're away from home for 4 straight weeks. At LSU, Dallas against A&M, at Ole Miss, at Bama. Like, Arkansas could be 2-5 going to Mississippi State on October 21st. And by the way, then after Mississippi State, they have to go to Florida. So, I mean, Arkansas, I think, might be lucky to make a bowl game this year. So, Sam Pittman, teetering. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's see. Shout out. Y'all, please smash that like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook. Please like the Matt Moscona page. Share the post. We appreciate y'all. Renee Marks, good morning. Dustin Jenkins needs 0 to come out fired up and pushing people around. So one of the things, he's talking about Mason Smith. One of the things Brian Kelly talked about this week, Dustin, is playing Jordan Jefferson more at the nose. We saw Mason Smith as a freshman play more 3 and 5 technique, playing basically in the gap. And that allowed him to be really disruptive. In this defense, he's been playing more 0, more nose. And when you're playing nose, you're basically a space eater. That coupled with the fact that the thing we haven't talked about really enough, and I'll put that on me as well, I think, and everybody in the media, is Mason did have 2 injuries in fall camp. And one of them was the ankle injury that kept him out of contact drills for the duration of fall camp. And even if he had been eligible for the game against Florida State, he might not have played, y'all. Just real talk, he might not have played because of that ankle. So I think he's still coming back from the ankle injury. He's coming off of a knee injury. He's trying to get back in shape. He's playing a different position. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on there with Mason Smith. So look at Mark Stoops' jacket. I don't know, man. I think it's actually pretty fire. Good for you, Mark Stoops. I'm excited about that. The two SEC games at 11 I'm excited about. Florida, Kentucky, and then Texas A&M, Arkansas. Mark Bacon, good morning. Mark Populus, good morning. Go Tigers. Rick Manuel, good morning. Guessing all of your LSU shirts are dirty. That's why you're kicking a purple Bud Light shirt. No, man. I love this shirt. It's great. Check out the back. Dude, my Mockler people are awesome, dude. Oh, and the swag they have is really cool. Oh, check, where's my hat? Oh, here it is. Check out the hat. I love this. It's a Rays logo. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Rays logo. Got the tiger on the side, the rope on the front as well. It's an awesome hat. Awesome hat. Let's see. Adam Penny, good morning. Jeremy Sagely, good morning. Curious to watch Arkansas A&M game. Think it'll be a close game. You know what's interesting about it, Jeremy, is Arkansas has always found ways to lose that game. It's so strange. Like, remember last year, they were winning. They were up 7, and right before half, KJ's going in for a touchdown. He reaches the ball out. It gets knocked out. It's a scoop and score 99 yards the other way or whatever it was. And instead of being up 14 now, it's like a tie ball game. So, it's just, this has been a bizarre game over the years, but I do like A&M, and I actually played them to win and to cover. I think A&M is better with Max Johnson than they were with Connor Wigman. We'll see. Charlie Gaville, Jonathan Frierson, Rooney email, good morning. Rooney said good morning, get on Grace. I already did, Rooney. So Rooney's with Sunshine as well. Great dude, man. Really enjoyed meeting Rooney. Listens to AFR, was very, very kind, gave Drew a tractor. Wait, hang on, Rooney, I'll show you. It's right here. He plays with it all the time. Check this thing out, y'all. This is how good people are, right? So I go to meet the folks at Sunshine when they came on AFR as a sponsor, and Rooney had this for Drew. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I should be giving them gifts. You know what I mean? But check it. Like, it's really cool. It plays music. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but there's the deer button on the top, which is the engine. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but... And that's like the starter. This thing goes, you see it's got the lights and everything. Anyway, really, really cool. So Drew pushes that around all the time. So thank you again, Rooney. He loves it. Hang on, let me turn on my fan. It's hot in here. Yeah. Let's see. Charlie Cavell, third down defense, big concern. Brings back nightmares of third and Chavis. I mean, can't disagree with it. They're one of the worst in the country at third down defense, Charlie. I mean, you're right. You know, hopefully they continue to improve. Devin Johnson about to head to Oxford. Okay. My sister-in-law's in Brandon, Mississippi. Okay. Y'all be loud and proud. Represent today. Patrick Berglass, good morning. Go Bears, huge rout last night. Go Tigers. What kicks are you rocking? I'm rocking my slippers right now. I don't know. I've been wearing my all whites to Don Juan. Maybe I'll wear my purple and golds today. My purple and gold Jordans. Patrick Berglass. Oh, sorry. I just read that one. Sorry. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Ole Miss can kiss my salty draws. Stephen Fry. Why are your draws salty? I don't know, bro. Let's see. Josh B. Really appreciate your content. Helps me get through my work weeks or work days. Cool. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you for following along, man. Trivia Carter, I know we're talking football. My daughter just scored in soccer on the opening play. All right. Go, Olivia. And, well, first of all, let's salute to Trivia for watching Morning Scone while at his daughter's soccer game as well. So double salute. Salute to Olivia for the goal, and salute to Trivia for watching during the soccer game. Soccer match on the pitch. I'm excited, y'all. It's a beautiful day. It's 73 degrees outside. Kind of starting to feel a little bit like fall. I think this game is going to be so cool. It starts at 5 o'clock, so it'll start in the daylight. It'll finish at night. I think it's going to be a really fun day, man. Hopefully, it's a great game. I mean, I would love to see LSU just go rout Ole Miss and have a very low-key, easy win. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be a game where defensively LSU struggles against a veteran quarterback and a really good play-calling coach, and I think we're going to see a lot of points. Again, I picked LSU 38-34. I'm interested that I think I said this earlier, but Mintz was on the show yesterday and said he thought it was a stinky line. I'm surprised. Like, I think the line is actually right. I know Ole Miss got stuck in the mud last week at Alabama, but LSU's defense has really struggled, and I think it's a high-scoring, close game. I mean, I think it's very similar to last week. I think it's almost a carbon copy of last week's game. See if LSU can do it on the road. Devin Kelly, good mooning, boys, good mooning. Well, I love a little tweeter drop in there, huh? Devin Johnson, see Mark Allen, keys to winning the game today, score more than Ole Miss, hit the jingle mat. You know what? Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Here you go. Oh.
Need a roof, call someone you know.
Sorry, over.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Call Hudco Roofing.
364.
1007.
Are y'all watching this with Riley Leonard? So he's the quarterback for Duke, and his mom sends him texts like, I guess it's just their joke. I'm not listening to it, but I'm looking. It's like, you suck, love mom. Don't embarrass us on national TV, love mom. It's like, it's apparently like he's got a bracelet that says you suck. That's funny. Aww. I want to go back and watch this now. I want to go back and watch this. I want to go back and watch that feature. Hang on, Drew's backpack's beeping. I gotta go get it. No. Okay, your choice. Okay, you want videos? Okay. Okay. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had a little moment the other day. I don't know how this happened, but I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole and I stumbled across a video that our guy Craig Schilling did years ago. It was, he did a mashup. He called it Morning Drew. And it was a mashup of Drew's appearances on Morning Scone. And this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. And so it was like just little toddler Drew, continuing to like pop in on the show and disrupt the show. So a lot of you OGs who've been here on Morning Scone with us for a long time know exactly what I'm talking about. But I guess as he's gotten older, he's just not as interested in coming in here and popping in on the show anymore. But I don't know. I got a little soft and emotional. One of the really cool things, though, seriously, y'all, just if you'll indulge me just for 1 second. I was thinking about one of the really cool things about doing this show for as long as we have is Drew came on the show all the time when it was like every day when he was little. And so I have a really cool record of a video record of Drew every day when he was little. So I can go back and watch these videos of him like pushing. Remember when some of y'all don't remember, but like he would push our dining room chairs. Like when he was kind of learning to walk, he would hold onto the chair and push the chair. So I'd walk out and there'd be chairs all over the house because that's how he was walking. So anyway, sorry. I just thought about it because I asked him if he wanted to come on the show and he was like, no. I'm like, okay. Focus. Here we go. One-on-one. I'm on one MYFA. I feel like Tennessee game was a perfect storm of injuries, like our starting young offensive tackle out on a line that was just starting to gel. Yeah, you know what though, man? Like we can just hat tip Tennessee last year. Like they were way better than LSU, especially at that point in the season. Like it's just what it was. You ran into a buzzsaw, and it started on the first play of the game with the fumbled, kickoff and all that sort of stuff. But it's all good, man. LSU got it back on track, and Tennessee was a great team. That's okay. I don't think this Ole Miss team is as good as Tennessee was a year ago, obviously. So it's not exactly the same thing. But it is interesting that it's at a point in the season where LSU loses to Florida State. They've started to get on a roll now, right? They've won 4 in a row. They're 2-0 in conference. They're playing better. They fixed some of what ailed them against Florida. Not everything, but some of what ailed them against Florida State. And now you have back-to-back road tests. And then you're home against Auburn, which Auburn, I've told y'all for a while that one scares me because I think Hugh Freeze and his team, they're going to play their best game at some point. They're going to nip somebody who's napping. And then you got Army, and then you got an open date, and you go to Bama. So it's like, there's a lot of reasons to like LSU and where they are on the schedule. But work to do, Brian, where did Hottie Toddy come from? A Hottie Toddy's a drink, a hot toddy, right? Abner Neal, good morning. First time to reach out. Well, thanks for watching, man. Appreciate you. Welcome, Abner. Good to have you here. Mike Liner, God bless you and your family, Matt Go Tigers. Thank you, Mike. Same to you and yours, man. Damon Gilmore, I was feeling Clemson bounces back and rolls Cuse. You got me second guessing, I guess, your reasons, but let's see if Dabo's culture is real. Yeah, man, I think this is I picked Clemson to win. Clemson's a 6.5 point favorite, but this is a really tough spot on the road at a place where they historically have not played well at Syracuse. Dino Babers' team is playing pretty well. I think really, really tough spot for Clemson. How do you get back off the mat after that last week? You're in total control of the game, and then you allow a scoop and score, and your kicker misses a 30-yard, an extra point that would have won the game, and you lose in overtime. That is a tough ask, man. Joshua said, had an Auburn buddy over watching the LSU game last weekend. Game finished, flip over to whiskey and wine. He was like, this is awesome. We don't have anything like this. Joshua, nobody has anything like that, man. It's crazy how, what's funny, Joshua, you said that? It is crazy to me how many fans of other teams watch whiskey and wine. It's a thing. James, Wingo, and Jefferson should be making an impact. Yeah, I think LSU's defensive front seven is a huge advantage today, right? Wingo, Jefferson, Mason Smith, Savion Jones has played really well. Braden Swinson, I think, has emerged as your best jack, and then with a Gofu that gives you good depth. Perkins will play in his role. Spates is back today, so you got Penn, Weeks, Spates as a linebacker rotation. There's a lot of reasons to like LSU's defensive front seven. If they are disciplined against the run today, discipline, meaning like with Brian Kelly, don't try to do too much. So much of what Lane does is misdirection. It's the eye candy to get you to go left when he's going to go right. Be disciplined in your run lanes today. Stop the run. Make Jackson Dart beat you throwing the ball. Make them one-dimensional. Yeah, LSU, I think, can have a good day. Donovan Adams likes LSU 30-27. Man, I think it's way more points than that. We'll see. Let's see, A&M is another trap game this year more than ever. I don't know that I would consider that a trap game. I just think that's going to be a hard game. But we'll see what A&M is by the time we get there. Bradlin Anderson, good morning, Matt. We talk about Corey Raymond a lot. Would you agree he was bigger loss in recruiting than on-field coaching? I think it's both. But to a degree, the coaching doesn't matter if you don't have the players, at least at an elite high level. So, yeah, I mean, everything starts with recruiting. And, I mean, not just the fact that you lost him to Bradlin. You didn't lose him. I mean, he wasn't retained. And then he went to Florida. So the team got to play every year. Spurge, good morning. Robert Cooley, good morning. Can I buy the LSU Bud Light stuff online or give away promo stuff? Yeah, it's just promo stuff that Mockler has printed. I love this hat, and they have them for like all the teams, Saints, Nichols, everything. This hat is fire. Like, this is a Rays logo, and it's got the tiger thing and the rope. Like, it's awesome. I tell you what, Robert. Robert, are you in Baton Rouge? If you're in Baton Rouge, I'll leave a hat and a shirt for you at the front office at Guarantee. Let me know if you're in Baton Rouge, and if so, I'll leave some stuff for you. Okay. Birchman, good morning. LSU 35, Ole Miss 20. God, I hope it's 35-20. Oh my God, I would love to see LSU win by 2 scores. That would be amazing. Cold Case, good morning. Here you go, man. I don't see the link. Something about the Louisiana Tech player apparently kicked someone in the head last night. I did not watch that game last night, but I didn't see it. Let's see. Bradley, I believe his past defense concepts are older, which is what led to him having differences with Aranda. Not exactly. That's not exactly right. So what happened, it wasn't about older concepts or anything like that, Bradlin. Aranda felt, I mean, I know this whole story. Like, I know this whole story is fact. I'm not guessing. And because I've explained it many times, because it's in a weird way, a roundabout way, how Burrow ended up getting here. I don't know if you all care to know this, but I will tell you the whole story if you want to hear it. So, Dave Aranda was the defensive coordinator, as you all know. Dave felt like Corey didn't explain his defensive concepts like he wanted. So Dave wanted, when a 10th assistant was hired, if you remember, that was the year A&M was pursuing Dave Aranda. And LSU ended up giving Dave Aranda a big raise, and part of his condition was he got to name the 10th assistant, and he wanted a safeties coach, so Dave is the one who handpicked Bill Bush to coach safeties. Well, that annoyed Corey Raymond, because Corey wanted to coach the whole secondary, which I don't blame him. It's kind of like, I had it explained to me like this. If you have an offensive line coach, would you hire someone to coach the guards and someone to coach the tackles? No, you'd have an offensive line coach that coaches the line. So that's how Corey felt about it. So Corey was very upset. And that's when Corey went and interviewed for a job, 2 jobs in the NFL. I think it was the Dolphins and the Bengals. And that was the year Patrick Surtain was coming out. Patrick Surtain was a heavy LSU lean. And it was his self-described dream school. And Saban went to Surtain and was like, by the way, the guy you're going to play for, oh God, it just is interviewing for NFL jobs. So that, and I would imagine a nice pre-NIL deal is what got Surtain to Bama. So anyway, so that's how Bill Bush ended up here, and the at that point unintended consequence of Bill Bush ending up here is Bill Bush is the one who had the relationship with Jimmy Burrow. So Joe Burrow only ended up taking a visit here because Bill Bush called Jimmy Burrow. So in a very weird, and that's what opened the door. And then of course Orgeron, I'll always give Ed credit for that. Orgeron did a great job recruiting Joe and recruiting the whole family and everything. But the only reason LSU even got a visit from Burrow was because of Bill Bush. And the only reason Bill Bush was here was because of Dave Aranda. So it's an interesting web that was woven during that whole time. Let's see, Joseph Buchanan in West Virginia, but never miss a morning with you. Thanks for your content, Go Tigers. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you so much for watching, man. It's very nice of you to say. Thank you. Let's see, Stephen Fry, been laying sod in parts of my yard this morning. Got you on the AirPods, LOL, salty, salty. Hunter Picard, the filters are the best episodes. Yeah, so Drew, that was when we were Facebook only. And hat tip to Trivia. Trivia is the one who always said, you got to do YouTube, got to do YouTube, got to do YouTube. So that's why we're on YouTube as well. But he kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. But when we were Facebook only, Facebook had all the filters on the live stream, and Drew would come in here and he would hit filters. So I'd be doing a show with filters on my face and I had no idea. Cortland, good morning. Bo Revere, good morning. Need us to come out and make this game a little less stress, possible because the Stros got me going nuts with this AL West race. And my team's already been eliminated from the postseason, so I'm not stressing over MLB this year at all. Ryan Willis, love watching you, Matt. Awesome. I work a blue-collar job. Only get to see you on Saturday mornings a lot of times. Great content. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate you for being here whenever you can, dude, so thank you. Samuel Militello, with Ole Miss's run defense, do you see us leaning on the run game more than usual today? I don't know, Samuel, that LSU changes its approach at all. I think they want to be 50-50. You know, I don't worry about LSU's offense. Like, they're really good. And it's, you know, I think back, I wish I had my notebook with me. I want to go back and look at my notes from like the first fall camp report. Because the thing about LSU that we've known all along is like the offense is going to be really good. The defense is really far behind and was going to struggle. And that's manifested, right? So how much better can they get? I think they're, you know, hopefully they're starting to improve. Like in spots they are. Like the thing, I know it sounds so silly whenever you watch the game we did last week, but think about it. There were 3 times in the game last week where Arkansas got to the 1, the 5, and the 11. And in all 3 of those possessions, you pushed them back and held them to field goals. So in a way, that's kind of what LSU is. Like, I hate to say bend, don't break, as it's cliche, but it's true. Like, you allow these drives and you give up yards, but can you hold them to 3s instead of 6s? And if you can, I mean, your offense is so good, you're going to win a lot of games. So that's kind of what it's going to be. Like, this defense isn't going to find itself and be a top 10 defense. They're not going to be a top 30 defense. But can you be a top 50 defense, you know? If so, that would be great, because that would be a great compliment to this team, this offense, which is elite. And oh, by the way, hat tip to Damian Ramos, who has not missed a kick this year. I mean, knock on wood, but he is perfect on field goals and PATs this year. So, you know, good for him. It's been an understated part of this season, which is Ramos has not missed a kick. Sam Burns is in game mode at the Ryder Cup, cursing out European fans for mocking his mullet. Okay, that boy. I heard that the U.S. is getting stomped in the Ryder Cup. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, let me rephrase. The Ryder Cup isn't my favorite. It's not something I actually pay attention to or care about. But I want the U.S. to win at everything we do forever. Like, if there's an international tiddlywinks competition, I want us to dominate foreigners. So I'm bummed that we're losing, but it's not like the thing that I'm super locked into. Burns is showing he was a good pick. Really? Because I heard Burns stunk yesterday. They weren't even sure he was going to play today. Again, I have not watched a single stroke of the Riders Club. Not a single shot. So I don't know. But I don't know if you're joking or if you're being serious. Because I already had a really tough day yesterday. Tate Granger, good morning. Elijah Stell, do you think there is a world where LSU exceeds their average of 42? And if so, do you think it's more likely a blowout or a shootout? Today? Yeah, I think LSU could score 42 today. But I think it's a shootout. Like, I don't think this, like, I think, yeah, LSU's a 2.5 point favorite in the game. I don't really have a strong feeling on the side. I really hope LSU wins. Of course, I think they will. I just think it's high scoring. I think the total is the play. I think over 67.5 is the play. Like, I picked it 38-34. Perkins for Heisman. Everybody on SC Nation picked LSU. Okay. Bubba said there's the LSU player stuff. Like, I'm not seeing the link. For some reason, links aren't, when y'all are posting links, they're not posting in here. So, Robert Cooley, I live in the Denver area. Thank you. Love the show. Awesome, Robert. Man, Denver's great. I'd love to get back there soon, too. Had a great trip to Denver years ago. My dad and I went to Denver. It was my dad's birthday, so it was in December. And we just flew to Denver and went for a Broncos-Chiefs game. And we did the whole Denver thing. We did Red Rocks. We went to Golden. We went to Boulder and saw the university, which was really cool. Really cool. Just a really cool trip. Really enjoyed Denver. Rick Hess, good morning. In Hattiesburg for my LSU friends internment, driving home to Colorado. Driving home to Colorado, okay. Driving to Colorado from Hattiesburg? Wow, that's ambitious, Rick. Be safe on the road, man. Gregory Gordy, good morning. Tate Granger, what do you do with linebackers when Spates is back? Weeks in Penn looking like a dynamic duo. You have a rotation. It's a great thing. So those guys don't have to play every defensive snap. Now you have the luxury of a rotation with a fifth-year senior, a 100-tackle guy in Greg Penn who stabilized you, and Whit Weeks who's played a bunch. Gregory Gordy in Oxford, ready for the game. Can't believe we're only 2.5 point favorite. Gregory, look at your defense, man. I mean, you were an 18-point favorite a week ago, and you had to escape by 3 against Arkansas. I mean, and now you're on the road. Like, it's... I think you have to be realistic about what your defense is. And you're on the road, you know. Let's see. Bubba said I need the Astros to pass the Jays so I can see a series in Tampa. How about them getting a new stadium down in Tampa? That's going to be good, huh? Instead of playing in the juice box, whatever they call it. What do they call the thing down in Tampa? The place where the Tropicana Field. Brian, to Matt, do you know anything about the picture from Catholic High Double J? The picture from Catholic High Double J. Not sure, man. Sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking, Brian. Sorry, man. Bo, everybody stunk yesterday. He won his match today. Brought some energy. Good. Cortland, what's up? Devin Kelly, I think this LSU game won't be as close as the experts think. I hope you're right, bro. Like, I hope y'all are right. Like, it's hard for me to justify believing in the LSU defense. Like, for what? I mean, we saw them get dominated in the second half against Florida State. We saw them give up 200 yards of offense in the first quarter to Grambling. They were great against Mississippi State. And then, hi, look who's here. Oh my goodness. Good morning.
Drew.
Hi.
Drew.
Who do you see?
Drew.
You do see Drew. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. There you are. Who is it? Who you see? Who you see? Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. I wish Irfan was watching right now. So for everybody who watches, and you see whenever Irfan Sayad comes on and always types out Gamorgan, Gamorgan, that's because when this one was a little bitty, good morning was Gamorgan. Gamorgan. But he said it right. Huh. Hey, did you eat strawberry yogurt this week? Did you? Who fed you strawberry yogurt? Margaret fed him strawberry yogurt, huh? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yes, it tastes good. Hey, can I ask you a question? Hey, can I ask you a question? Huh? Can I ask you a question? Hey, what day is today?
Saturday.
Saturday. And what letter starts Saturday? What letter starts Saturday?
S.
S. Very good. Now, do you know what other word starts with letter S? Saturday.
What is tomorrow?
What is tomorrow?
Sunday.
Sunday starts with letter S. Very good. Oh, hey. Today, LSU football plays against the Ole Miss Rebels. And hey, what do we say when LSU's playing?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. And tomorrow is Sunday. Who plays football on Sunday?
Hey.
And what do we say when the Saints are playing? Who dat? And then what? Hey, listen, after Dad's show, we're going to get dressed, and Daddy and Drew can go for a ride in Daddy's new car, okay? It's all, by the way, it's not a new car. It's just, it's always Daddy's new car. 2. Where are we going to go?
Daddy's work.
To Daddy's work. You want to ride the elevator? And after Daddy's work, we'll go back to Drew's house, wear your backpack, and watch football. And then what? What do you want to do? Play?
Never play.
What do you think you can do later tonight, huh?
We're going.
Where are you going? You can go to the park later? Who are you going to see at the park? Duke? Duke is a dog that lives at the park. Okay. What does Duke say? What does Duke say? Okay. All right. Well, you can sit on. What? You want to come back? Okay. Oh, I thought you were leaving. Oh, I'm glad you're staying. I love that you're staying here for Dad's show. I love you. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what people over here are saying. Papa Jody's watching. What do you say? Say hi. Look, he's watching right there. You want to say hi? What does that say? He's looking at your dad. He's looking at your name on the screen. He's looking really close. Jerry DeLucky. Say good morning, Jerry. Say good morning, Drew. Say hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Very good. Let's see. Whoops. Are you like, okay, we're not going to hit Daddy's keyboard. Nope. That's actually a good throwback for Drew. Oh, Jerry, you're in Houston. All right. He's going to miss Whiskey and Wine, a person watching online. That's all right, man. We'll catch you next time. You know that. Third and Chavis is hilarious. I don't know about that, Charles. Thomas Spencer, good morning. Saw a video of Drew eating the strawberry yogurt. Loved it. I'm a Drew fan. How about that? Has he ever tried it? He's never tried an icy. No. So he gets introduced, Thomas, he gets introduced new textures and things very slowly. It's like Drew's still tube fed, right? So he's got a feeding tube. That's how he basically gets all of his nourishment. Then he goes to feeding therapy as he's learning how to eat and textures and different things. It's gonna be a long process. Long process. But we're patient, and Margaret at Abilities is awesome, who has worked with Drew literally since, when we came home from the hospital with him, he's gotten like speech, feeding, OT, PT, he's gotten all these therapies forever. And when we came home from the hospital with him, Margaret, because he was still very, very vulnerable, like he couldn't go in, he had 2 heart surgeries. He had 1 lung. It he was it was on oxygen. He was so susceptible. Like we couldn't run the risk of him getting sick with anything. Like so, Margaret, we couldn't send him to abilities. So Margaret came to our house and did therapy at our house for like a year. Okay, well you can. I thought you were leaving. You can sit with me. You can sit with me forever. You can sit on Daddy's lap forever. Even when you're a big old boy, when you be a big old man, you can say, Daddy, hold you. I'll say, okay, Drew. I love you. I love you. Let's see. Where are we? A couple more. Brambo, not concerned about Ole Miss's offense. They're not as good as Tulane. Had beat Dart, isn't 250 pounds. LSU gets 4 to 5 sacks today in rules. I believe they could get 4 to 5 sacks, Brambo. I would believe that. But I still believe that Ole Miss's offense is going to make a lot of plays, man. Migo Tez, is Armani Goodwin a portal casualty at this point? You know, Migo Tez, I'm honestly surprised Goodwin came back this year, but at the same time, he's been injured, man. He was hurt last year with the hamstring. He tore his hamstring last year, and he's just, what does Daddy's hat say? Is Drew wear the hat? Drew wear the hat?
Daddy's hat.
Daddy's hat.
Hudco.
What does it say?
Hudco. Yeah.
Hudco roofing. Drew, you wear the hat? Or does Daddy wear the hat?
Yes.
Put it on Daddy's head. Good job. Good job. Okay. Let's see. Brian, there's the man of the show. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Good job. Abner McNeil, Matt, your role model, what a dad should be. Thank you, Abner. It's very kind of you to say, but I'm like every other dad, man. Just love your kiddos. Love your kiddos. Huh.
Hi, Dad. Hi. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Drewby. Brian Williams said, hi, Drew. Say hi, Brian Williams.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian Williams.
Good job. Matt Lusto said, Elmo Ducks. Do you remember Elmo Ducks?
Yeah.
You remember Elmo Ducks? You haven't watched Elmo Ducks in a long time. Why don't you watch Elmo Ducks anymore? Okay. Let's see. Bubba, his reaction to the yogurt was amazing. You could tell it was a flavor and sensation he isn't familiar with. He absolutely loved it. And he was trying. You know, he'll always try new things. Gregory Gordy, Drewster is on. We're definitely going to win. Say hi, Gregory. Say hi, Gregory.
Hi, Gregory.
And then Mac34 said, what it do, Drew? Say hi, Mac34. Say hi, Mac.
I'm Mac.
Cheetah Turner said, good job with your son, Matt. Much respect. Yeah, man, for sure. Best part of every day of my life is this guy. You're the best part of every day of my life. You know that?
Yeah.
Hey, how much does Daddy love you? More than what?
So it's about.
Anyone else in the history of the whole wide world. I tell that all the time. He kind of remembers it. He kind of knows what I'm saying. Mwah. Ryan Slayton asked Drew, who that dude? Drew's getting so big, he is getting big. So it's so like he's it's funny. He's 9. He turned 9 in July. But you know, one of the things that's like a real that is a real blessing is, your parents always say like, oh, I wish I could stay little forever, right? And you know, he is getting bigger. You know, cognitively, he's still like a little baby cognitively. So he still wants to sit on our lap, and he still will cuddle with Eric on the couch, and you know what I mean. So in many ways, even though he's getting bigger, it's like still having a little baby, which is fun. Why are you pushing them buttons, huh? What are you doing pushing them buttons?
My mom.
Huh? Hey. I'm sorry, Brian. I got you. The left-handed pitcher from Catholic that committed. Yes. Terrio talked about him last week. I'm sorry, Brian. I was not following. Double J, I got you. Jay Johnson. My brain was not there at all. I'm sorry. So yes. Yeah, I mean, he's a dude. I think maybe had been committed to Mississippi State or something like that. But yes. Really good pitcher. Excited to have another Calico boy with LSU. Perry Schilling, Matt, respect for the way you are with your son. Totally awesome. For sure, man. It's Perry. It's no different than any dad is with their kid. Trivia's watching today at his daughter Olivia's soccer match. And he's out there cheering for his daughter playing soccer. You know, it's the best thing in the world, man. Being a dad, it's the best thing in the world. Huh. Isn't that the best thing in the world?
What's up?
What's up? Oh, you want to do it? You
Yeah.
do it.
Oh no, Daddy do it.
Daddy do it?
Yes.
He wants me to do the open, the morning Scone open. What's up, everybody? Let's do it together. What's up, everybody?
Good morning, Saturday, Sister, Marka, Papa, HudcoWiffin.com.
Yes. Good job. High five. There was a Brock in there and a Hudco. You got a hair on your lip. We got to put some chapstick on your lips. They're all dry.
Yeah.
We do. All right. Perry Schilling said, it's my new bride's birthday today. She's an Ole Miss fan, so this is our first. Oh, no. We'll see how this goes. Go Tigers. Good luck, Perry. I hope the night is much better for you than for her. So hopefully you're happy for a win, but if you're not happy for a win and it doesn't go great in that respect, maybe you could be happy for another reason, like she could console you in your down trodden state if it doesn't go. So either way, maybe you win tonight. Did Drew get a GNR tour shirt? He did not, Ryan. We did not wait for shirts. The merch stand line was very long. I figured I could get anything I wanted online.
Easy, baby.
He wants me to. This is our thing. Blue jean baby.
Me,
What's next?
Manita.
Ellie lady. What's next? What's next?
Super bad.
Seamstress for the band. What's next?
Yeah.
Pretty eyes. He wants me to sit, like, after every line, I have to, like, kiss tickle him. But he knows all the words to Tiny Dancer because of that.
Nah.
Except when we do Hold Me Closer, what do we say?
Nah.
What do we say? Hold me? What do we say? Hold.
Homie.
You do it.
Homie. Oh my God, that groovy.
He says, hold me closer, Tiny Drewby. Huh. Is that what we do?
Jesus free.
Jesus Freaks. Told you it's the whole song. Out in the street. Doing what? Handing tickets out for gone. Are you ready to go get dressed?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's tell Dad show bye.
What?
Well, what do you do? Well, sit up. Sit up. Okay. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go get dressed. We're going to tell Dad show bye. We're going to go get dressed. And we're going to go for a ride in Daddy's car to Daddy's work.
Nah.
And ride the elevator.
Nah.
And you want to go to Benny's car wash?
Nah.
After Benny's car wash, we'll go to Drew's house.
Nah.
Watch football.
Nah.
Wear your backpack.
Nah.
And then we'll go to Egypt. Okay. Well, that kind of made my day. The fact that Drew came and hung out on Morning Scone for a little while. Been a long time. sometimes I just know what you need in your heart and soul. Anyway, okay. Thank y'all for watching as always. Please smash that like button if you would. And oh yeah, one more. I'll ask one more time, maybe for those of you who just jumped aboard. I do have the Hudco Google review pinned. So if you haven't done so yet, could take a quick second, just click that link real quick and leave Hudco a 5-star Google review. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps with SEO and all that sort of stuff. And I explain why our Google reviews. Google split them and we went to 0 in like a day, and so we're trying to build it back up. So if you could do us a solid, I mean, it just take you a second. Just click that link, hit reviews, leave a 5-star review. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you all so much. Have an awesome day. Go Tigers. Whiskey and wine as soon as the game goes final. So T-Bob and I will be live just as soon as the clock hits 0. And we'll look forward to seeing all y'all then, hopefully at Don Juan. If you can't join us at Don Juan, join us on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube or Facebook page. Y'all have a great day. Go Tigers. Enjoy your football. We will see you. Peace. Peace. Peace.